Hey, it's Amanda. You guys loved my poached egg video so much. Why don't we make the full Benedict? I'm going to show you how to make hollandaise sauce because it's easy AF. Okay, so we're starting off with a double boiler, which just means we're not putting our egg yolks on direct heat. They're sitting over a pot of steaming water. So I'm going to use a very classic old school technique by making a reduction of shallot, black pepper, and a little bit of vinegar. You make it so it's almost dry, and then you add that. So you always need something acidic inside of your hollandaise sauce. The acid helps emulsify and also obviously helps with flavor. I'm also going to add lemon at the end. That's another acidic point, and it's just delicious. So here's the technique. You're going to cook the yolks. That's it. What's cooking the yolks right now? This water that this bowl is sitting in. These yolks are slightly vulnerable because they are without their whites. They're directly over the steaming water, so you have to keep them moving so they don't scramble. As soon as they start to get thick, that's an indicator that they're cooked. When they're cooked, that's exactly when we put the butter. There are many ways to do this fast. You could do this in the blender with the yolks and very hot butter. I'm kind of a classic old school hollandaise chef. I make it over the double boiler. I stir in the butter. I'm using whole butter, and you can also use butter that's been clarified, meaning the milk solids are taken out. I like the flavor of whole butter. I like the way it tastes, and I really don't like to waste anything. So I'm just going to whisk until this gets fluffy and cooked. As you know, eggs start to get a little thicker when they cook, and that's exactly what I'm looking for here. You're going to work out your arm. You can whisk in a figure eight. You can whisk in circles. You can whisk any way you like. But you can also start to see how the egg is getting thicker. It actually changes color a little bit. It goes from that dark, sort of orangey yellow color to a bright yellow. Now, this is crucial. Look how thick that got in seconds. This is when I want to start to add the butter. I'm going to go a little bit at a time. I'm taking it off the heat right now, and then I'm going to go back on the heat to keep this cooking the way it should cook. Now, the hardest part about hollandaise is making sure the eggs don't separate, meaning the fat from the butter is not too much for the yolk, and it separates. So you've got to go slow. Make sure you whisk all that butter in before you put more. The sauce is getting nice and fluffy, and I'm going to start to add some more butter to keep it going. Just a little bit at a time. And I'm back on the heat now because I want the sauce to stay warm. If your sauce seems a little too thick, or if you feel like it's starting to separate, you can put in a splash of cold water, and that helps keep it together. Okay, we're almost there. A little bit more butter. We really want to get air into this too. We want it to be light and fluffy so that it just drapes over that egg yolk. And this can be a sauce for steak. If you add tarragon, it's called béarnaise. You can use this on vegetables, asparagus or spinach or broccoli. Really old school sauce, but it's so delicious. Don't be afraid. And again, if you want to use a hand blender that's electric while you're doing this, to make sure you have that speed. If you're not comfortable with whisking by hand, and bring a friend into the kitchen with you. They can pour the butter in while you're whisking. There's lots of different ways to do it, but this is the most straightforward, basic way. I'm going to put a little more butter, and then that's it. We're going to taste it, season it, and it'll be ready for your Benedict, for your asparagus, for your steak, whatever you want to use it on. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay, no more heat. Nice air into it. All right, so let's give it a taste. It definitely needs some salt. Nice kosher salt.
A little bit of lemon. You know, when you're making a vinaigrette with an egg yolk, Caesar salad, or if you're making mayonnaise, you always put lemon or mustard or vinegar, something really acidic, because the yolks are really fatty and strong. So you definitely want to have a flavor balance. Taste it one more time. Terrible part of my job. I'm going to put a little cracked black pepper. Some chefs really like to put a little bit of cayenne pepper at this point, but for me, this is it. I'm going to show you on the back of a spoon how beautiful this is. Look at the sauce. It's really pretty. It's fluffy. You can see it just sort of coating the spoon all around. And picture that going right over your poached egg. Oh my God. It's lemony, it's luxurious, it's buttery, it's fatty, and it's easy AF.